If your spouse does violate the standing orders, then the court can hold them in contempt. Contempt of court is a pretty serious matter, and it can result in jail time in extreme cases. Hey, are you going through a divorce or other family law case in Georgia? One of the biggest fears that some of my law firm's clients have is that their spouse might retaliate, causing even more stress and complications. This even leads to some people not taking action, for instance, staying in a broken or unhealthy marriage longer than they should. So understanding how to protect yourself from potential retaliatory actions is crucial. And when you file for divorce or other family law case in Georgia, most jurisdictions automatically issue what are known as standing orders. These orders are a list of do's and don'ts which are designed to maintain the status quo and prevent either party from taking drastic actions that could harm the other party or disrupt the divorce proceedings or other family law case proceedings. Standing orders are a list of legal obligations that both parties must follow, and they come into effect as soon as the divorce or other family law case is filed. They are an actual order from the court, and if either party violates any of the provisions, they can be held in contempt by the court and punished accordingly. I'll go through a few provisions now. One common provision is that neither spouse can sell or otherwise dispose of any material assets unless it's in the course of ordinary business. This means you don't have to worry about your spouse suddenly selling your car or draining your bank account out of spite. However, as an example, if the parties own a bunch of cars, because one of them is in the car buying and selling business, then they would be allowed to continue selling the cars and buying more and selling those cars because doing so is within the context of their ordinary business transactions. Another critical provision is related to insurance. The standing orders usually state that neither spouse can change or cancel any insurance policies without first getting the court's permission. This includes things like life insurance, health insurance, even car insurance. And this ensures that you and your children remain protected during the divorce process. These standing orders often include restrictions on taking the children out of the court's jurisdiction without permission. So this prohibits one parent from taking the kids and disappearing, which can be a significant concern in contentious divorces. The orders may also prohibit the cancellation of utilities, which could be a common retaliatory action where one spouse tries to make life difficult for the other spouse by cutting off essential services like water, electricity, gas, etc. If one of the spouses has been the one paying the mortgage on the family home and then moves out during the divorce, without a court order, they cannot unilaterally stop paying the mortgage on that home, even though they are no longer living in it. So a couple of things to keep in mind about standing orders. They are issued by the counties, not the state. Now I actually hate this because Georgia has 157 counties. It's actually the most in the entire nation. And there is tremendous variation in the standing orders from county to county. The big counties like Fulton and Gwinnett have pretty well-defined standing orders, but some smaller counties have very few provisions in their standing orders. I wish that there was a state-issued standing order that would apply across the entire state. So if any legislators are listening to me, please come up with a statewide uniform domestic relations standing order. The answer is to get a copy of your county standing order and get familiar with it so that you know what you and your opposing party can and cannot do during the course of your case. You can Google whatever your county's name is, domestic relations standing order, and it will probably find it for you. If you've been served with a divorce or other family law case, such as a modification as an example, it's required that you be given a copy of your county standing order, and if you're getting ready to serve a case on another party, you have to give them a copy of the standing order too. And while these standing orders are very helpful in keeping the status quo and preventing complete chaos during a family law case, it's important to remember that they are just pieces of paper. They establish legal obligations, but they don't physically prevent somebody from violating them. So if a spouse is determined to act out, they might still attempt to do so. However, the existence of these orders gives the court the power to intervene and address any violations and hold the violating party responsible. If your spouse does violate the standing orders, then the court can hold them in contempt. Contempt of court is a pretty serious matter, and it can result in various penalties, including fines, compensation for damages, weakening of their side of the case in the court's eyes, and even jail time in extreme cases. So having the ability to hold a violator in contempt helps ensure that both parties adhere to the rules and that any retaliatory actions are dealt with swiftly and effectively. It's important to document any violations thoroughly. Keep records of any actions your spouse takes that might violate the standing orders. This documentation can be crucial if you need to present evidence to the court. So if you are going through a divorce or other family law case and you're worried about potential retaliation, speak with a really good family law attorney who can discuss your situation with you and can help you understand your rights and let you know what steps you can take to protect yourself and your assets. Another thing to keep in mind, if you're going through a family law issue, a divorce, or anything else, this is just a momentary period in your life. And as much as it sucks to go through it, don't let it take you down, don't let it define you, and don't forget to live your life and find happiness along the way. You've got this.
Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for watching. Be sure to click subscribe, like, follow, and turn on the alerts so that you'll get notified when we post our newest videos. Please share these videos, leave us comments, and ask us questions. Also, join our Facebook group at Georgia Divorce and Custody, and I'll see you again on the next video.